What's going on, y'all? For y'all, for y'all of those that don't know me, my name is Benji Montana. Um, I'm an up and coming hip hop artist, and recently turned blogger. I mean, I figured why not? I used to battle rap myself. I'm thinking about jumping back in the ring. You know, I've been doing this since '05, since I first started. Actually rapping, and you know, I've been watching battle rap since it first started. I can name, you know, I mean, I was there watching Khan in his first battle, watching. I mean, I'm talking. I was watching battles before Tay Rock and Clips. I mean, you know, before the greats were the greats. Put it like that. I remember when Surf was, eh, eh, you know, um, I'm not talking about watching it recently. I'm talking about I seen it when it first came out. So I know battle rap left and right. Mook versus Jay Mills, Sirius Jones versus Mook. I remember when J.R. Ryder was battling with Clips and Lux and them. I mean, I mean, I could tell y'all a bunch of things that y'all don't even know about battle rap or certain people, or you know. But anyways, so we're gonna jump into it. Um, Surf versus T Top. Now, Surf's my boy. I mean, I mean, Surf is nice. On his A game. Now, he's been getting crucified out here. They trying to kill Surf out here. I get it, but let's not act like Surf still can't body a nigga. The same way the same way we could talk about Clips. Like let's not act like the Clips his third round against Hollow ain't ain't the Clips that we know. Like a lot of time these fans get disappointed, but I understand it. Like they say, you only as good as your last battle, and even then, you still have to stay consistent, whether it's your last battle, two battles ago, five battles ago, or whatever the case may be. So I get it, but anyways, Surf versus T Top, man, Surf. One more thing. Shout out to Chris Unbiased and Jay Black, you know, and Piper Boy Williams. Um, no matter what Surf says about bloggers, they do help the culture because a lot of times, you know, or sometimes, people don't know battle rap or they're just watching, um, NWX versus Gun Titles. Obviously, that battle brought in a lot of people who never knew battle rap before. So you have bloggers who break down the battle and bars and stuff like that. You kind of get a feel for it if you never heard of it before. So shout out to them anyway, and all the other bloggers that's doing this. Anyway though, so Surf versus T Top. Um, I think Surf is dangerous when he wants to be. Now, again, Surf's my boy, and this is an unbiased view. Um, Surf, his first, oh my god, you know that Tar Heels line that he said. Um, you ain't been to. He said what he said. You ain't been to Newark with a car squeal. Man, I didn't walk through North Carolina so much. I got Tar Heels. Whew. I mean, to Top's favor, that line was fire, but it probably wasn't It shouldn't have got the reaction that it got, to an extent, but it was still a fire line. Um, I, I, the first is the most debatable round, obviously. Well, the third we gave the top, but the first is the most debatable round, and it's crazy because when I'm looking at it, and I look at like Surf, if you look at Surf versus Suge, and you look at Surf versus Top, right? Surf best round is his first in both battles. His second is consistent in both battles, and he flopped in the third in both battles. So this is the Surf, that we're expecting besides the third round. But I mean, call him Mr. No third rounds or whatever the case may be. But if he's debating, if his 2 rounds, right? If he has 2 rounds and in multiple battles where it's still debatable or he won and he didn't even have to spit a third, come on now. Now, in Top versus Surf and the Suge versus Surf, both of them, both Top and Suge, best rounds were their first. Both of them. So that's the only reason why both of those you can say are debatable or whatever the case you want to say, if you say that at all. Now, Surf, Surf's first was fire. I mean, he had too many lines to recall, And the thing about Surf, you know, the thing about Surf is that when he catch on fire, he catch on fire. And I felt like in that battle, you was feeling that gun titles feel. So with that said, I can't see how Top won. Now, I always tell people, because I know battle rap. So I always tell people there's 2 ways to judge a battle. You can go round for round, or you can go about overall, because those two aren't the same, no matter how you look at it. Because if I break down the round, you can say, some people say, well, Top edged the first, Surf clearly won in the second, or edged the second, or whatever. And the third, clearly Top got. Now, there's another rule I go by. And I know this is true. And let me show you. In battle rap, right? The biggest thing in battle rap, when you're on that stage, when you're on the biggest stage anyway, for the most part, is performance and being in that moment. So, Surf, he's very big on being in that moment. It's not that he's gassed or he's being gassed. He just knows how to act out the bars and give you that performance. Even Top said it on his Angry Fans radio interview. Now, I will say this. Look, this is battle rap. It's entertainment. So you can't tell me that he's being gassed or whatever the case may be. He's a performer. He's an entertainer. You guys are all entertainers, all performers. So at the end of the day, we're there for a performance. We're there for bars too. But if you can mix both of them, then like if you look at Hitman Holla, on a bad night, he's all performance. On a good night, he's performance, great performance, excellent performance, mixed with bars. So, and he's averaging 3 million, 4 million a battle. So, if we're looking at performance, right? and we're looking at what people are watching, obviously, right? This is entertainment. So you can't tell me, or you can't say that, well, he was gassed, he played out that line well, whatever the case may be, because this is the business that you're in, you know. Like at the end of the day, this is the business that you're in. So like I felt like Top felt like his rounds were better, but they weren't. Like Top's rounds, like Surf's rounds were more creative. So like a lot of things he was saying wasn't hitting, even though the crowd was reacting. And I know that because I know bars and I know Surf and I know crowds and I know what they're looking for. They were just looking to jump at everything Surf said, just like Gun Taps, because they was hoping that he was bringing that same kind of energy and bars there. So that's why they were jumping like that. I mean, this is battle rap. It's like your favorite actor or your favorite rapper goes on the stage, you're gonna go crazy for them. So everything they say, it's kind of momentum built up. So it's the same thing with battle rap, the exact same thing. So when y'all go on that stage, y'all pretty much are actors. Whether those bars are real or not, whether whatever the case may be, you're there to perform. However, it needs to be done. Some battle rappers have no bars. I'm telling you, I'm not going to name them, but they have no bars at all, and all they have to rely on is their energy and their bars. So yeah, yeah. Like I was saying, I got disconnected there, but so Top's best line, Top's best line was you know, you was supposed to be moving rock. Instead, you started using rock, which was cool, and the way he acted it out was cool. It was all cool. It was good. It was all good. You know, it was gravy. But that was his best line. That I mean, that to me, that line was gas. I mean, it was a funny line. It was a cool line. When you think about it, maybe Surf is kind of using Rock, right? Because after Rock battled Surf, whether he won or lost, whatever, Rock's stock went up from there, and he was killing it from there. He was killing it before that, which is why Surf took him. But he was bubbling at that point, and then once he battled Surf, everything just skyrocketed from there. So that line, it was a good line, but in Surf's Tar Heel line wasn't like that crazy. Probably Cap is probably right. They're probably right over there at Angry Fans Radio, but it still was a good line. Same way the moving rock and using rock line was a good line too, which is why I think Smack used those lines because in both of their rounds leading up to that, they had good bars leading up to that. So, so but I really think, I just really think that Surf took that battle. I mean, and from what I'm hearing, from that third, everybody's saying he would have 3-0'd him. Because if you look at it like this, and there's always a could have, would have, should have, whatever, but we can still call it 2-1, right? But if you look at it like this, if Surf, like the way I look at battle rap, and I said there's two ways to judge a battle. There's really more, but those are the most accurate ways to really judge a battle. The way I usually judge it is I take round from round. I see who I think won from there. Then I do an overall view of it, which is why you have to watch battles at most 3 times. Like I think Paperboy Williams was saying, um, yeah, he was saying he had to watch the battle maybe like 11 times just to kind of maybe think that Top edged it. If you got to do that, then that guy lost. Whoever you watching that many times to see a battle, it don't take that many times to look at a battle to tell who won. I mean, most times you can judge about it first. You use the second time to kind of make sure you made the right choice. And then the third is usually just for fun, like if it was a really good battle, or, you know, you're saying, okay, I'm 110% sure this person won. So usually, I would say 3 times you can watch a battle and then really know the outcome of it. And, I mean, even Chris Unbiased was trying to give it to Surf. So if Surf had a third, he spit his third. 95% of people probably would say Surf won. I would say right now, maybe 80% people say Surf won. But again, if Surf can spit 2 rounds and win those rounds and not spit a third, that's technically a 3-0. I mean, it's not, but I mean, that's a win, but, so it was a great battle. It was a beautiful battle. But I feel like Top Top's best performance, Top's best battle was probably against Clips or Math. I think those were his two like best, like his best like rounds. His best battle is obviously Surf because Surf gave him the most competition, and that's probably the most debatable out of everything. Because I don't even think Clips tried that hard, and how what Math was going through at that time. So that was that. But so top is nice. He's probably the fastest moving PG in his class. You know, and he's doing great things, but he's not better than Surf, and he did not win this battle. No matter how you look at it, you could clearly give him the third, and can't argue another round. I mean, again, the first is the most debatable, but again, like I said, if the way I look at battle rap, right? If oh right, that's my other point. Another way you can look at it is, and I'm sure nobody does this, but I mean maybe there's somebody. If you switch the person who went first with the person who went second, right? Like in your mind, like if you switch who went first or who went second, the battle will switch no matter who it is. The battle will switch. Like even if you had the person who went first winning, if you switch the first and second, like if you switch, them from whoever went first to go second and whoever went second to go first, then in that case you will have the person who originally went first clearly winning. Now, it goes vice versa. So whoever whoever you thought won uh, that round, it will come closer if it's the second person, and if you switch them and just to say hypothetically that person went first. So so all right, for example, if I'm looking at this battle and I'm saying T Top went first, and Surf went second. Now, um, I always forget the dude's name, but um, I think is it from 16 Minutes of Fame? I always forget the dude's name. But he was up there on he was up there on Angry Fans Radio, during the surf. I mean during T Top's interview when he was on T Top on the line, and he was like, that wasn't why he was on the radio, but he did a blog, after the battle because he was there. But he said in his blog that he said that he had T Top edging it because of that line, that one line, right? Now think about this: if T Top went first, because he said, right, he said that he only gave T Top edging that round because of that one line, right? That's the only reason why he gave it that. It's still debatable, but he's going with Top because of that. Now, what would happen if you switch Top to go first, right, and Surf to go second, right? So if Top went first, it spit that line, spit everything he had to spit, moving rock, using rock, whatever the case may be. He used that line. He and then Surf went. So before Surf goes, you're thinking, wow, how can Surf match that? Surf can't match that. There's no way Surf can match that. Because in his blog, he said, man, there's no way that Surf matched um uh Top, you know, right? Because of that one line. So if we flip it and let Top go first, spit the same amount of line, thing is like everything's perception. Like believe it or not, everything is perception. So like since Yeah, my bad, yo. Yeah, I apologize, yo. Um, Network difficulties, like I said. Yeah. But, so now we're saying surf. Surf's going right. Surf going second. If Surf was that same exact round that he did, but he goes second, we're gonna say he edged Tita, or we're gonna say he killed Tita, because regardless of what you say about Surf, and just like Piper Boy Williams was saying, you know, Surf has that stigma around him right now. So so like like when you hate somebody or like you get tired of him, kind of like DNA. Like he battles too much, so like you see him so much, it's like, and then his material becomes watered down after a certain point. So when you see him, you're like, especially against somebody good, you're looking at the round, you're saying, DNA, you got killed. Maybe he didn't get killed, but that's your perception. That's why I say everything's perception because of certain things, even if it's only subconsciously. So the way I'm looking at it is, well, everybody hates Surf right now, so they're gonna say he lost. Like unless like, because not everybody's gonna say he lost, but like even people that know he won, like subconsciously, is gonna say he lost because of everything else. Because like if Top was only decent, they would say, you know what, I don't like Surf, but he won because it's not really clear because Top did okay, he did good, but if Top would have just did fairly or mm, like average, if Top would have did average and he would have went first, because you got to understand this is a competition, so whoever go first, the second person has to be whoever go first, and that's the last thing you hear. Like a lot of people don't know. Again, it's perception. So if I hear again, like if I hear a decent round, it's gonna sound good at the end of the day against whatever the other person say. Not saying that's gonna sound better, but it's gonna tone up a little bit, like one level or half a level, depending on what kind of material it was. So, and I see that because I see comments, and I'm looking at it because again, I know battle rap, so I can look at it a certain way that you might not be able to look at it. So I'm saying to myself, well, Top did good, but it wasn't enough. Like it clearly wasn't enough. Like I'm not gonna say Surf clearly won, but he did a little more than edge it. Like like the first time I saw it, I said, all right, Surf edged it. I knew Surf won that round, but I said, okay. Matter of fact, I'm lying. The first time I saw it, the first time I saw the battle, I said, damn, top three old Surf. Then I watched it again. I said, because Surf's my boy, but I kind of had it in my mind, like, yo, nah, top. And then I'm reading comments now, so all that's going into my mind, perception again. So I'm thinking, like, yo, top one. Because, like, online, people are saying that. I think more people are saying, like on YouTube, more people are saying that top one, but in real life, more people probably saying surf one, you know. But because not everybody, you know. like not everybody comments on YouTube. That just doesn't happen. Those 3 million, views of battle or whatever the case may be, that Surf gets or Hitman gets, whatever, 3 million people aren't commenting. You know, you don't even have 3 million likes or dislikes. People just watching and watching it, and most of the time, it's not even 3 million people. You know, it's maybe a million people that watch it 3 times, or not even. Probably like 800,000 people that watch it 4 or 5 times, whatever the case may be. So so I think, but I think Piper Boy Williams was saying, the polls are saying that Surf won it 2-1, and that's what it should be. Surf won that 2-1. That's clear. Like, Surf clearly won 2-1. It would have been a 3-0. Now, again, if we judge it overall, again, that's the other thing. Surf went first, and he messed up in the third. So if we judging, like, if you're thinking biasly, right? If you're thinking biasly, because first remember I said it's all perception. So if Top went second and he had a good round, he had good rounds, which now it sounds great, right? So now you're saying you had a great Surf, obviously, and a great T Top, right? So if you're saying they're both great, but then Top went second, so all you're really remembering is Top's last round, and then maybe like 2 bars in Surf's round. I mean, even though the battle wasn't that long, usually it'd be like an hour some change. But so anyways, if 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 now, right, Surf fumbled in the third and T Top still went, even if it was trash, it's gonna sound good. Not gonna sound great, but it's gonna sound good. Only because now, not only did Surf not go, if he did, it might have sounded decent, but not only did Surf not go, I mean, not only did Surf, not spit, so now, instead of it sounding decent, it sounds good, you know, because now it jumped up 2 levels. Like, it's all perception, especially, like I said, battle rap, the biggest thing in battle rap is the momentum, that moment. So, like, if you're looking at it, Surf fumble the third, and you say, damn. Like, I think somebody said, the fuck are you doing? Or what are you doing? Or something like that. Somebody said in the crowd, or somebody said that to Surf when he was fumbling in that third. And if you're looking at Top, right, like, you're looking at Surf, and then he fumbles, then Top goes. So now anything that Top says, and Top's not, he's not a whack, battle rapper. So anything he says, even if it's decent, it's gonna sound good, just because now. Even though I'm sure everybody wanted to hit Surf, but he fumbled. So that's just what it was. But overall, man, great battle, great battle. Um, you know, it would have been a classic if Surf finished that third. T Top second was a little light, but, and I don't know why people saying Surf's best round was the first, not the second. Surf's clearest round, obviously, is the second, right? Because, like, and that's another thing. See, that's perception. Like, whoever said Surf's best round the second, that doesn't even make sense. His first round was one of the best rounds, not only of the night, but of battle rap history. Like, his, like, that was like a gun titles moment. Remember I said that it was like a gun title. It was like we had like half of the gun titles right there in front. Even though he is half of the gun titles, but like, we felt it at that point. So you know, so it so his first was the best. His second was just that much better than Tops. That's all it comes down to. It's not his second was the best round. It was just a clear round to give him the win of that round, you know. So that's what it came down to. Like if T Top would have clearly won or maybe edged it, like if you can tell, okay, Surf was cool, but Top edged the second, then he would have lost. Like more, that poll would be saying T Top 2-1 or 3-0, honestly. But since Surf's second was just that much better, I'm not saying it was some many times better, but it was enough space to say, okay, Surf won that round. You can't debate that, which nobody is debating that really. But to me, you know, I thought that Surf clearly won the first and the most debatable round was the second. To me, you know, and even Paperboy Williams was saying that. Some people said that because if you really look at it, Surf was so on fire in that first. There was no way you can like. It was like at a moment, like even if you saying it was gassed or whatever the case may be, this is battle rap. This is acting. This is a stage. Like this is what you're supposed to do. So so you're selling yourself like on that stage. So and you can't like you can only predict like what the fans is gonna jump at. Just like I think twice I noticed T Top was like yo chill yeah jump too fast, you know. So he didn't predict him to jump at the third bar because that wasn't the punch. Even though when he said that you ever seen a tsunami or whatever he said, his third bar in that little scheme was better than his last bar, you know. Because obviously when he went through it again and he spit that fourth bar, his punch, nobody jumped at it. It started going a little quiet. So 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 you can't say, well, the crowd is going to jump at this or that you know you know um whatever the case may be. Now if it's a fire line, of course you know they're gonna jump at that. But if you're just spinning your rounds and you know you got a punch, but every punch is different. We all know that. So like, if you listen to Surf's rounds, every round was a punch, just about. Like, he didn't have no dry spots because if we're comparing his dry spots to what Chris Mbai said, Charlie Clips versus Ill Will, their dry spots. Technically, if we're comparing it to those dry spots, then he didn't have no dry spots because maybe you didn't understand some bars he said, but his first round was foolproof, like bulletproof. That's why I said it can't be debatable. Like after I saw it 3 times, I said, "Oh shit, nah, Surf got that first." So it all comes down to perception, and I mean maybe preference. A lot of battles are so close nowadays that it comes down to preference. So, but you still have to be you know, aware or realize, look, this person took it, but I like this better. And that's all it is. That's all you have to say. I hate people that say, oh, nah, this guy clearly won. He 3 0 him. Like, come on. Nowadays, like, honestly, unless you're classic clips, classic surf, and maybe hollow, like, those are the only 3 battlers ever, like, period, that can 3-0 somebody. Like clearly 3-0 somebody like at their best. And Av is crazy nice and Rum is nice too. So eventually they might be at that point too. But like if we talking those 3 in the prime, like not joking around, full thirds, everything. Because if you look at it right nowadays, well, yeah, nowadays, Surf's best round is his first. Clip's best round is his third. And Hollow, I don't even remember the last time I seen a Hollow battle. So last time I seen a Hollow battle was against Clips, and his best round I think was the second. I believe it was the second, but usually Like, certain battlers have they certain rounds that they're gonna kill you with. So like that's why they always say, yo, if you don't spit this round, if you don't get me this round, you lost. Like when Suge said, Rito hit me, if you don't give me the first round, you lost. You know, that's how it is. So if you don't get served the first round, you probably lost because most battlers first rounds be their best, and some of them it be their third. Suge's best round is his third always. I mean, lately it's been his first. I mean, and usually his second rounds are short as hell. Like always, like he's never had a decent or on time second, but that's because he never been getting crowd reaction before. But now his last maybe two battles, his second been of time. So I don't know what's going on. But, things are kind of shifting a little bit here and there. But anyways, you know, great battle. Could have been a classic surf. You fucked it up, but it's good seeing you at a good form. It's not your full form, but it's close enough to where we can say, Surf, good job. So 2-1 Surf. I'm signing out. Catch my next blog. Check out my music, Benji Montana. You can find me everywhere. SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, you know, uh, Reverb Nation, Spinrilla, Dat Piff, everywhere. And so go check out my music. Stay in tune with the battle rap culture. And we out.